those of you who've mastered the art of presenting to a screen. I'm still a novice. Okay, it took pretty much as I suspected around a half an hour to do the downloads. I'm closing that. Yeah, and we're sitting at 8 gigs of data. What you can do just to check that it's there and what is in there, what's in your lucky packet, you can view the database. It will load all the symbols. First time is always the longest. And here we have a whole bunch of symbols, underline symbol time frame. Okay, so what we've got is the daily 60-minute, 10-minute. You can sort. Norgate shouldn't be there because there'll never be Norgate data in here. I mean, I'll leave it there because you could, in theory, bring it from the Norgate database here, but that's a bit of a red herring. So STN free, and I can see, let's just talk this through while I've got you here, that some of the data, the 60-minute is 2 weeks behind. So I just did the sync, and the fact that the 60-minute is behind like that tells me that my update script for the 60 minutes probably not working. This is probably when I did the last one was on New Year's Day, Old Year's Day. So yeah, I've got some work to do. I'll fix that up. But it shows you the status of the data, how far current it is. So there we go. We'll close that. Okay, I wanted to show you this MT5 feature for those of you who are familiar with MT5. It's a CFD platform. You can trade futures on it, but what you need to do now is, firstly, you need to run a terminal. So here's RC Markets, and here's a live terminal, and that's Bitcoin, by the way. I'm just going to shut that down. We need to connect, so we need to put in some credentials here. So it has recognized in the past, but I need to add. So I'm going to add them, and RC Markets, enter RC Markets. You can use your own name or whatever you like. Okay, this is when I pause, don't remember it. My account number, password. Wow, let me not share that. I'll have to delete that. Requires to put in the server details here. And a .a is the suffix for all the codes. And there you have it. And I'm going to apply that. That is done. So what I'm going to do now is, if I click that button, MT5, what it's going to do is it is going to pull all the symbols, 128 symbols that I have in the Market Watch, into the database. So let me just show you. I mean, it's just a quicker way. Here's all the symbols that are in my Market Watch. I've got a lot in here, 128. You could add more, but this is going into the MT5 space. Anyone who is an MT5 user should know how to use this. And I will just have another sip of this. Proper coffee. My addiction has got way out of control. Okay, so we've got all those symbols in there now. Now I just want to show you the watch list manager. I want to now create a watch list that I can work with in Navigator. So there are a bunch of pre-populated and all that kind of stuff. So RC Markets is here. It's empty, but I'm going to go to the source and say MT5 RC Markets. Okay, so this is those. There we go. The 128 symbols that we found earlier are over here. Now I can create my watch list. In theory, I could copy them all across. I don't want to do that. I'll just add a few. Actually, I don't want Cardano. Let's go with the Aussie dollar. Just going to add Bitcoin. I want to add. I'm just going to keep it really brief for this. I do want to add. You've got to become familiar as well with the symbology of RC markets. I think euro. I want to euro USD. What else do I want to put in here? Okay, and I'll just put US 500 is the S&P 500. This is the CFD for the E-mini future, and I'll put in the US tech is the NASDAQ. It's the NASDAQ 100. Okay, so how many I've got there? 8. So I can't remember what this button does. Sync to data. Added 0 new symbols. I didn't need to do that. Just did it because it's an itch I wanted to scratch. Okay, so now I'm just going to shut this. So the next step is to build your history. So I want you to have full control and build your database the way you want to do it. So I created a 8 symbol. So here's daily timescale. Just it's a long time back. I'm putting MT5, and I want to do the RC markets watch list that I just created now, which had 8 symbols. Where are you? There we go. Could have given it a different name, but I knew it. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to download all the daily data going back out. If it doesn't have, it will populate from when it does have. So let's click on download. Okay, it's giving me the whole story, and yes, let's download it. So remember, you do have to be connected to your terminal. Yeah. So let me show you what's happened. It puts the 8 symbols in the queue and it starts to download them. And here we go. Now, I want to show you something. I'll show you a trick shortly. Let me just do this. I want to create a streamer watch list. So streamer RC markets. And let's just go RC markets. I just want to see something. Yeah, okay. So these are the sources. So I want to create a streamer watch list. I'm actually going to create the same one that, let me just see if I can add them over here. BTC USD .a. So yeah, it works. ETH USD.a. If I remember, it should be a small a, like it is over here. But I think we'll check. I think the code picks it up and strips it of its capital letters, if I remember correctly. US 500.a. Yeah, okay, it's making everything. US tech.a. Was that the right code? Let me just make sure I got that US. Yeah, it is. Let's just put in Euro USD.a, GBP USD.a. Okay, that's enough. That's 6. So let me shut this down. And I'm just going to click on edit watch. It should show me them. Yeah, they're the 6 are there. So it's got that loaded. We'll come back to what's going on there. Now, if I want to do, I can pick a time frame. Let's just go 60 minutes. And I've put, it defaults to that. This is a problem. This is a bug I just discovered. And it's good. I'll fix it. But because it's going to now, all 128 symbols, it's going to look for. So that I don't want. Just see. Okay. So on the different time scales, it's not allowing me to do a different time frame. Not a drama. You can see it here. Let's try it. 60 minutes. I see what's happened is I hadn't stopped it. It's that was the issue. So 60 minutes starting there. No, the issue remains. But let me try it anyway, just to see what happens. Download. Yeah, there's the issue. Download for 134 symbols. This is what I don't want to do, and I'm going to say no, because I'd fixed it for daily, but I have not fixed it for, and that's good that I was able to show you that. Yeah, okay. So let me just show you the streamer while we add it. So I go to the broker empty, and now I go, there's what's happened here is it's looking to download all these. So I'm actually going to clear that queue. Let me just confirm what's happening here. Yeah. So I'm disconnecting and I've cleared that task, but I want to show you the streamer in action. So let's just connect and start the streamer. And what it's doing there is it will show you live updates of the streamer. You can set the pause. I think it's two seconds. That's not actually, that's a different control, I think. No, yeah, it is. It's 2 seconds. It's updating every 2 seconds. I remember what the batches are for. So I'm going to pause it here. You can stop this. This is just to keep you abreast of what's going on. And there's a live stream. You can see over here, live stream. This heartbeat is every time there's a gap, it should, so the connection is constant. If you see 1 or 2 seconds, it'll just, that's since it last got a heartbeat. But it's a WebSocket, so it's pulling constantly.